So I said I made a video about opening your third eye. You can check that out, but I've never really in that video I didn't really do it justice as far as going into certain key points and details that I think need to be pointed out here on this episode, based upon the fact that having an open third eye now, I believe, is really one of the only ways that you're gonna be able to survive to see certain beings. Like I wear these glasses, it's kind of like symbolism because when I wear these glasses, I can view certain beings from being able to view me and vision me and accumulate data from me, and then I can also see through certain things, and that's exactly how the third eye works. The third eye is kind of like located where the pituitary and the pineal gland kind of connect, and it kind of looks like a vagina, like a yoni, believe it or not. It's similar to kind of like a crystal. You guys know I like to always show this crystal, see if I can locate it, but it looks similar to this, but not exactly like this. And they say it's microscopic and a lot smaller than what we really know as far as the third eye. But it's actually like this crystal, but it's not nowhere near this big. It's supposed to be like the size of like a little bitty like a SIM card. So essentially, where I'm getting at is that the pineal gland or the third eye is a kind of like a SIM card that can connect you to different witches, dark energy, and it can connect you to light energy. And that's what's being mistaken when people say they want to rush into it. They're looking for like a God like experience or like some form of an awakening to see all goodness. But when you open it, it's a lot of darkness, and you can darkness and goodness. They say is kind of like judged by the eye of the beholder. But anything that you don't understand can get dark. If someone, for instance, cuts off your life supply, you begin to die. You're going to first see darkness. That's going to hurt. It's going to be very painful. You're going to lose your chi and your breath is going to come out of your body. So essentially, that's dark. So you can say, well, it's good or bad to the eye of the beholder, but it hurts. And it's very dark. And it's something you've never, ever experienced. You're only going to experience it once, which is death. So that's very dark. So when you open up your third eye, you see death. You can see people walking around sometimes. I've had, like my teacher would say, you see UFOs, you see things in clear daylight and in clear sight that other people don't see. And it's like you can start to describe it and talk about, you see villages and cities and people is right there in front of them and they don't see it. Lost cities and villages that you need to be able to have an open third eye to even locate and find out how to get to. So like you talk about the rapture, like how are you going to locate the group that's going to be caught up in the rapture? Is they're going to all have open third eyes and they're going to network. This is key right here. And I'll shut down. This is just a really like advertisement to get people hyped up about the third eye, because what would it really be worth? Text my phone. We can do a third eye meditation for a certain fee, and I can show you some things like for real. Text my phone and we can do it real live. If you want to tune up and fine tune your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, I give you the herbs, the whole package. It may be a little, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cost a little money, but it's worth it, seriously, because I know my skills are worth it. So text me and like, what would you see? What are you able to view? What would this introduce you to? How much money would you be making? What kind of ideas would you be able to put out there in the universe and bring back and attract to you? You could create anything with an open third eye, and then having certain other alchemical components functioning, like having your bloodstream and stuff like that functioning correctly so that you can channel information in from your ancestors. Each of your ancestors is represented by a deity. That's right. Like for instance, the term Adama means blood. And this was a form of a project that we're gonna talk about another time. But the term Adama means blood because this is going into the fusing of your components and your ancestors living in your actual blood. So this is stuff that needs to be studied. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact this is science too at the same time. So you have to know about what's going on internally, which is understanding the internal aspect or the yin based part of you, and then the yang based part of you, which is the outside aspect of you. And this is going into counting, and this is going into vising, and this is the outer aspect of your vision and what you see and how you're able to keep track of your memory. And that's something I'm working on too. And being able to keep track of things and being able to be, if you were into martial arts, being able to carry yourself a certain way and being flexible to survive in elements that normally people would die in. We were able at one time as guys to be able to adjust to elements and climates like this. We were able to do those things, and we still have those abilities, but we have to learn how to activate them. So text me or any, there's people out here doing this, but I'm saying I offer high level lessons. Some of this stuff comes out of the mystery system, and they say you shouldn't be set, doing this and that. It's supposed to be a secret and keep it sacred, brother. But the game is to be sold, and if you have the right feed, we can still do it. And that's how the Egyptians did it. So why not? But the bottom line is that opening and having the third eye is something that you need to understand when you start going to interfacing with some of the stuff that we're gonna be talking about. These computer slash clones that are around here, and even some of us, like, we don't know we're clones. And for you to understand who people are, you need that open third eye. For you to be able to communicate with animals and nature, you need that open third eye. So you guys stay vigilant. I'll be coming up with more information as usual, man. Come tune in to 13 Signs Astrology. We just be dropping all type of information, keeping you open minded and stimulated. Hope that.